To BeatlesReaction, I'm Vicky.
Peter here.
Welcome to today's reaction episode, and we are back with a full video. It's an amazing video titled "The Genius of RingoStarr."
Oh, the dramas?
Yeah, I think it's some personal life or a story,
A documentary.
or a documentary of one and only Ringo from the Beatles. Yeah. So we are going to experience this or learn with you guys. So it's gonna be a lot more educative. So please stay tuned with us to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and give some special thanks to Dan. Thank you so much, Dan, for this.
Yeah.
This was courtesy of Dan. Thank you for the request and for the support.
Exactly. So guys, welcome here. Enjoy this one to the end. Don't forget that this is what we bring to you each and every day. So first, subscribe, and feel free to also request, suggest us, guide us on what to do, expand our reaction more. Yeah, we do this each and every day. So we need more. Bring any of your favorite on our Buy Me Coffee link, or even join our Patreon community. Both details are on our channel description or even on this song's description. So for today, on this episode is about RingoStarr. So let's go.
But wanted to be a drummer.
John, Paul, George, and Ringo played like a unit.
Give me Ringo. What would Ringo do?
Lead with my left.
4 drums. That's all RingoStarr needed.
And the look on our faces was all like, f***ing hell.
That's Paul.
RingoStarr, a drummer, a rock and roll pioneer, a singer, writer, and band leader, and the man responsible for more people picking up the sticks than ever before.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles!
His timeless drum parts, one-of-a-kind sound and approach to playing the drum kit, and understanding of how the drums can contribute to each song are all part of what makes Ringo so great.
The phenomenon of you guys will never happen again.
Join us as we dive into the genius of RingoStarr. No one plays the drums quite like Ringo, and he truly has one of the most unique voices on the drum kit. But there's a couple of reasons why, and probably the most significant is this.
When I was born, I was left-handed, but my grandmother thought I was overpowered by witches and made me write with my right.
So I have a right-handed kit, but I lead with my left.
Trust me, that's not as easy as it sounds if you're a right-handed player. You can see Ringo do this when he simply keeps time on the hi-hats. Or when he plays accents. And even when he plays drum fills.
Ooh, wow.
Simplicity is another key part of Ringo's style. He's far from the most technical drummer out there, but that's not what the Beatles' music needed.
The most timeless drummers are the ones that are the most simple.
Listen to what Ringo plays on the song In My Life.
There are places I remember.
Most drummers would play just a simple 8th-note hi-hat groove throughout the song, but Ringo chooses only to play one note on the hi-hats through each bar. The simplicity and less is more approach is what makes this drum part so brilliant.
Oh, I'm saying that.
Okay.
Or take a song like Love Me Do, where Ringo only uses the kick, snare, and hi-hat foot throughout the entire song.
Oh! But there you cannot reverse.
When it comes to the way that Ringo plays the kit, he's known for his signature windshield wiper hi-hat playing. Greg Bissonette, who's been playing double drums with Ringo since 2003 in Ringo and the Roundheads and Ringo's All-Star Band, confirms this in one of his drumming lessons.
When I see him play, when we play side by side, his swing and the way he kind of dances while he plays, he'll throw his shoulder into it.
Yeah,
sometimes we get into
does.
this rocking motion when we're playing.
He's always
By the way, that's Ringo.
This approach and the way that he moves behind the drums ultimately has an effect on the swing that he has and adds into his grooves. But not only that, Ringo was also a big fan of jazz drummers like Cozy Cole. Apparently, Ringo wasn't really into listening to drum-focused records, but Cozy Cole's 1958 cover of the song Topsy Part 2 was one that he really got into.
We have never done Cozy Cole.
By the way,
I've had 1950s.
So is that...
See that drum? Hear that?
We're gonna dive much deeper into Ringo's signature grooves and fills later on in this video, but when it comes to Ringo's style of playing, we can't overlook his phrasing on the drums, specifically the way he chose to end his drum fills. Most drummers would typically end their drum fills with a loud crash on the next downbeat, but Ringo would often leave it out. Right now, let me demo some examples for you, and a great one is from the song Let It Be when the guitar solo transitions into the third chorus. Also in the song Hey Jude, where verse 2 transitions into the first chorus. And in the song Don't Let Me Down, where Ringo ends each phrase with another open hi-hat, where most drummers would choose to play a crash cymbal. Ultimately, Ringo knows how to serve the song from the drums. Even though a lot of his parts sound quirky, his parts are musical and make sense for each song. It's been said a million times, but Ringo was the perfect drummer for the Beatles.
Ringo was the king of feel.
He's a song drummer. He actually used his kit in a very different way, a very creative way.
He's got the pocket, he's got the swing, he's got the feel.
I like this guy.
And that's what it's all about, is really making songs come alive.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that Ringo's creativity and imagination help him create some pretty outside-the-box drum parts. Drum parts that you wouldn't typically hear on pop and rock songs from the 60s and 70s. The first one that comes to mind is Ticket to Ride from the album Help.
She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride.
I love that clip where you can literally just see Ringo standing in the background playing that part. And to put everything on the table...
The way he just plays is very simple. It's like swinging his hand like this, but
yeah, it's like more concentrated on what you guys are doing. But
yeah,
him,
but deep down here,
it's just
it's actually played. Yeah.
About Ticket to Ride, this groove is not played metronomically perfect, but that's part of the beauty of it. Some may argue that beats 3 and 4 are played as quarter note triplets, and others will argue that only the last tom hit is played on a triplet partial. For the sake of this video, we've chosen to write only beat 4 with a triplet figure. Now, regardless of how you want to write it out, listen to Ringo, try to match where he places those flams, and that's the best way to learn how to play it. Now, speaking of quarter note triplets, this is a subdivision that Ringo actually uses quite often, like in the song Day Tripper. And She Loves You. So while I was preparing for this video, I was scanning through all of the Beatles transcriptions we have inside of Drumeo. And of course, one of the best ones is the song Come Together. And I was actually able to load this up on Drumeo, slow down the parts, loop different sections, and it was just a great way to really internalize these classic parts that Ringo played. So we have nearly 200 Beatles transcriptions transcribed note for note inside of Drumeo. And if you want to check them out, you can click the link right below this video. It'll take you over to drumeo.com and you can get started with a 7-day free trial. And with that, let's move on and let's check out the legendary drum parts on Come Together.
Ooh, look at that.
It sounds like the leg pick.
Now, there's not much that hasn't been said about this groove. It's absolutely legendary, and anyone can recognize it instantly.
If you look at pictures of the Beatles playing, I'd have them tuned low, and I'd have tablecloths on them to take out any ring.
Let's listen to the isolated drum track once more, and then I'll play it on the kit.
I said it. Wow.
I know Ringo once explained in an interview that he played this part counterclockwise around the kit, starting on the floor tom.
Why we got to this is because, you see, I'm left-handed. See, I can't go. So I have to get this hand down to go. So That's why everyone thought, wow, he's a genius, but all I was doing is trying to play
According
backwards.
Okay.
You know, so he goes, so it comes round this way.
But if you listen to the isolated track, you can hear the pitch descending. So I'll let you all debate this in the comments and you can decide for yourself. In the verse of the song, Ringo just plays eighth notes on the floor tom with quarter notes on the kick, which is a pretty interesting choice. Most drummers probably would have just played an eighth note hi-hat groove throughout this section with a backbeat on the snare drum, but Ringo approached this part differently.
Big contribution of Ringo was that he used his tom-toms as part of the composition.
If you're a drummer and you can do this and have people dancing, you're a fucking badass.
Another great example of Ringo using his toms in a creative way is in the bridge of the song Something off of Abbey Road.
Okay.
You get that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
One of my favorite Ringo drum parts is his 8-bar drum solo on The End from Abbey Road. It's far from your typical rock drum solo, but it's classic Ringo.
Yeah.
Eighth notes on the bass drum, broken 16th note fills on the toms, and a build in the last bar.
Wow.
I think I love the sound of the like.
Yeah, what I've noticed,
The bass comes from that legs.
yeah, what I've noticed that guys, they all have names.
True.
Yeah, they all have names that we don't know much about them. Huh?
Yeah.
We just know like a drum and a drummist was a collection. But I've had our narrator giving it different specific names. So guys, you can break down for us. Huh?
Yeah, I want to know the leg thing. Is it
That-
foot? I don't know foot what something.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I really love the sound of that drum. It's kind of bass and strong, and you can just hear it. It goes as it accelerates.
Yeah, by the way, and it has some modules on it. Huh?
Yeah.
So guys, let's continue.
You can hear it.
Yeah. Comes the bass.
Yeah, a bass. Ooh, and the
And of
combination
course, we
of
can't
the
forget
two.
about the way Ringo navigated some of the more progressive and complicated Beatles music, like the bridge of Happiness is a Warm Gun, which jumps between 9/8 and 10/8.
Wow.
And the bridge in Here Comes the Sun, which goes between 5/4 and 4/4, or you could think of this as a phrase of 11/8, 4/4, and 7/8.
Okay.
Right, left, right, left, right, left.
And I would like to do something.
Have you seen it? The RLLRLL. I've seen it on the hand while it's playing.
Okay. And there are others are named according to numbers. I don't know, 4, 4, 8, 11.
I think I'm
7, 8.
beginning to be a good drummist. Huh? We can learn this.
No, we don't often do. Give someone a chance to sing, we doesn't often sing. And here he is, all out of key and nervous, singing act naturally. Ringo!
We've already covered some of Ringo's most famous drum parts, but here let's dive into some more of Ringo's signature drum grooves that he played with the Beatles, because chances are that's probably why you're here. So
Yeah.
let's start off by looking at the song Tomorrow Never Knows from the Revolver album. On this track, Ringo plays the same groove through the entire song, and there's also some tambourine, reverse cymbal effects, and tape loops that you're hearing as well. This is the groove that Ringo plays on the kit. Just remember to play the ride cymbal with the shoulder of the drumstick. Next up is Ringo's groove on the song I Feel Fine. Paul McCartney has defined this style of drumming as What Did I Say drumming. He once said in an interview, there was a style of drumming on What Did I Say, which is a sort of Latin R&B that Ray Charles drummer Milt Turner played on the original record, and we used to love it. One of the big clinching factors about Ringo as the drummer in the band was that he could really play that so well.
Wow. See that?
Next is one that Ringo plays near the end of When I'm 64, where he switches to using drumsticks from using brushes earlier. He also adds some triplets on the ride cymbal that sound pretty cool.
Use brushes?
I wish to see that. Hear that?
Now, I know I said we were just going to be diving into some Beatles grooves here, but I figured we should probably include one from outside the Beatles catalog because Ringo has recorded so many other amazing drum parts. This next one is from the song Back Off Boogaloo, which Ringo released as a single in 1972.
Oh. Back Off Boogaloo.
This song starts.
I think we should jump to that song.
Back Off?
Back Off Boogaloo.
Starts off with a snare drum.
Back Off Boogaloo or Boogaloo. Let me just take it back a little bit.
So you can see,
Yeah.
Is
72.
Back Off
Boogaloo.
Yeah, Back Off Boogaloo. Something like Boogaloo. Yeah.
This song starts off with a snare drum pattern, and here's a clip of Ringo describing how it came to be.
Why we have that drum pattern is because he said, you know, give it that sort of bass drum. Like, and I can't do that and this. You know, I can't do them both together, so I just sort of cheated. So, okay, 2, 3, 4.
I can't do that.
And so that's how it came to be done on the snare drum, because I couldn't just play that bass drum pattern.
Wow.
Some of you may not have known, but Ringo was actually influenced by country artists like Hank Williams and Hank Snow, which is probably why he...
We have done Hank Williams, huh?
Yeah.
What about Hank Snow? No.
Okay.
That's the second artist that you have not done.
had such a great sounding shuffle and swing feel early on.
Act naturally? Oh. Wow.
Oh, they're gonna make a big star out of me. RingoStarr.
In the words of Ringo, I'm no good on the technical things. I'm your basic offbeat drummer with funny fills, because I'm really left-handed playing a right-handed kit. I can't roll around the drums because of that.
I can come the other way, okay? So my fills are never very rolly. It's usually like dong da da, do do bum bum, do da.
While this may be true, it didn't stop him from coming up with drum fills that were original, musical, and ultimately memorable.
Yeah.
If you look around online, there's countless forums of people discussing Ringo's drumming and his drum fills. While doing research for this video, I came across an article that said this. He had a go-to formula that he would turn to again and again. 2 16th notes on the one beat, followed by a 16th note rest, and then a group of 4 or 5 16th notes.
We don't know that.
Yes, this might be generalizing things, but I think there's a...
I really wish we could know more of these drums.
Names.
Yeah. Terms that they are being
Exactly.
used because this is really new to us. Yeah, but interesting. You know, at least we are learning. I've really learned that part of the leg, and it's so. I usually thought that maybe the leg is only having this one thing of you've just stepped on a thing, maybe.
You know, the problem is like you're referring to everything as a thing.
I don't know the drums, but I love that hitting, the one that is hitting.
Yeah, some guys, you are understanding what she is saying. Huh? Give us the name.
A lot of truth to this, and it shows that Ringo played to his strengths. Inside of Drumeo, we have nearly 200 note-for-note Beatles transcriptions, and while I was preparing for this video, looking through all of them, these fills appeared over and over again. Ringo also used a lot of triplets when it came to the drum fills he played with the Beatles. Just listen to songs like Oh Darling and A Day in the Life.
Oh, that.
Here's two great examples of Ringo's triplet fills. The first is from the second chorus of Your Blues.
Oh.
And the second is from the intro of Tell Me Why. One song we haven't talked about yet, which is one of the staple Ringo Starr drum recordings, is the song Rain.
The only thing I've always said is that Rain, I've never played like that since, I don't think, because it was busy.
And what I can say is that our narrator is a good drummist too.
Yeah, I think for you to just analyze each and every song and every drums and all the styles, I think you should be good on that too. You should have that
I'm
challenge.
seeing him mimicking every bit of it, and he's doing it well. Huh?
And I think the difference is that maybe he is using more modernized drums or something.
But also is using, I think, maybe ChatGPT to analyze the drums from the numbers from here. Is written 4x, so you see. Maybe it's helping him to know the beat after which one comes first and the next one.
Also, the sound of the drums, you can tell, is kind of different from the original, from the Beatles. You can hear it's kind of bass like. You can feel the difference in the echo and all
This is
that.
more little.
Yeah, it's more
Their first meeting with the American press brings forth an interview laced with quips and humor. You'd laugh too, with a gross of $17 million last year.
I don't think there's a drummer out there who's had the reach and impact that Ringo's had. Because of Ringo, many of you watching this video are playing drums today, and that's legacy right there.
Okay.
But I think a lot of the time we get so focused on who's the fastest or who's the most technical, and we forget about the most important thing, and that's the music. Ringo truly understands the role of a drummer and what it means to support and contribute to the music. One thing
I think that's true because even the way he dances to it, the moving of the shoulders and the head, you can tell that he's really enjoying the music.
Yeah, and remember the last episode that we did on the last song the Beatles did, when Paul was recording it, he said that he could just have to do it as Ringo could wanted it to be done on the drums.
Yeah.
I love about Ringo is that he never stayed in one place musically.
It's so great, the diversity of those songs. Right. And that's what was great with the Beatles. Yep. We weren't just stuck in like the rock mode, the heavy metal mode, this mode, that mode. We were, we could play anything, really.
He progressed as the band progressed, and you can really hear that in his drum parts, especially when you listen to earlier tracks like Twist and Shout, and Please Please Me, and compare them to what Ringo was playing on later tracks like Helter Skelter and I Want You, She's So Heavy, which many considered to be some of the earliest heavy metal tracks. Ringo also continues to keep the double drumming tradition alive with his all-star band, where he currently plays with Greg Bissonette. But Ringo has also performed double drums with other drummers over the years as well. But when it comes to Ringo's legacy, I think these musicians will explain it best.
No one had ever really done that on record before.
Ringo was the king of feel.
I mean, when he's playing behind you, you see a lot of these bands when they're playing, they're looking around at the drummer like, is he gonna speed up? Is he gonna slow down? You don't have to look. We're doing that. He's there.
He's a song drummer.
The music is just so organic. He listens to the vocals. He says, I never wanted to fill and get in the way of vocals. I'll play a fill only when necessary and it works for the song.
He really had a knack for coming up with really interesting musical parts.
He brought drums out from the back and made people listen to them.
He listened to the song once and he knows exactly what to play.
I don't believe when I'm involved it's ever too much work.
And then I just shook Ringo's arm and he was so good about it.
It's not like you need to do
that. That is crazy.
I need to play.
Peace and love. peace and love.
All right, that's a wrap on the genius of Ringo Starr. I know Ringo's career has been covered extensively through documentaries, interviews, books, and even the more recent Get Back series. But I hope this video gave you some new perspectives on Ringo's drumming, and I hope it inspires you to go check out some more of Ringo's playing. Now, down in the comments, I'd love to know one thing that you've learned from listening to Ringo Starr. Also, don't forget we have the entire Beatles discography transcribed for you inside of Drumeo, so you can learn all of Ringo's drum parts note for note. And lastly, Ringo, if you're watching this, you're always welcome here at Drumeo, and I would love to have you out to the studio so you can really show us how these parts are played. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's Drumeo.
Oh, Drumeo.
Yeah, he has done it better.
Oh my God,
better.
he knows how to break down each part of it, each drum styles and all that.
Exactly. Us being first timers on drums, he has just laid a
yes.
good foundation. I think we can learn more from there.
Yeah, the more we learn, the more we'll get to know each drum part, their name, the styles and their name. It will be really, really great when maybe you're reacting to a song and you know, okay,
I've had number 3, I've had 4.
I've heard the name, like you know the names
But
of all
guys,
drum
we are
parts.
getting there. We are getting there. What we can't deny is the sweetness of the melody, the tune that Ringo produced, and his legacy will still remain there.
Yeah, and it's so great that he laid a foundation to so many people who knows so many drummers. Today.
Despite also him being a left-handed, that means that in the field of drums he was having some challenges while starting.
Yeah, but what he said about it's not about playing on the right hand or the left. At least he was able to adapt and play what it's required.
Exactly. So guys, tell us, are you a good drummist? Do you know much about the drummist? Tell us.
Yeah, you can explain further.
Yeah, but thank you, Dan, for this episode. It's just encouraging, so advanced and also knowledgeable.
Yeah, so knowledgeable. I think this was more educative.
Educative, as you can say. Also entertaining. I've had some, most of the moment that we have just have some drums outside the box, just having that pure drums only. The tunes, they were really, even you've had that you have to notice that you've called it the leg thing.
Yeah, I think there are 2 parts. You can play. There is one that is he was tapping on it, and the one that it was you playing. It's like hitting a drum.
Okay.
So I noticed that hitting a drum, it was really producing a very good sound of it, the bass part of it, and then like it was a.
And that's the one that sweetens our speakers while you are listening to it. Then.
Yeah, you feel that. The bass part of it.
Yeah. So guys, tell us your experience on this one. Remember that we don't know much, so we depend on you. Give us the knowledge that you have. Keep the discussion ongoing on the comment section. Subscribe and bring any of your favorites.
And sorry about the mentioning of the names. You don't know the name that you say that thing here and there. So sorry for that.
That's much on your side.
We are trying to get it, but hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for your time.
We out.
Bye.